squad. You can go to the ambulance you can find at the end of the field to learn more, or learn more by going to westonems.com. Once again, welcome to Weston High School, home of the Trojans.
This is Brent. Do you know the name of the running back who quit? Also, let me search it up. Hold on.
They're still like haven't like gone yet. We're on there. You guys don't have to start yet. They're gonna run in like 5 seconds. No, I know.
Brennan Sawyer is leading the charge with the American flag as the Weston Trojans falling behind him.
High anticipated season for the Trojans, one of the highest in years. Almost ready to go here from the Weston Stadium.
Returning starters such as Brennan Sawyer, Jack Sawyer, James Getz were all first team, all SWC last year, and they're returning to have a great season and a great home opener against the Brookfield Wildcats tonight.
Definitely, this is going to be a test for both teams. I'm really looking forward to seeing what both of these teams have got.
I'll mention this again before Brookfield start their first drive, but All-State running back Nick Henderson quit the Brookfield football team 3 days before this game, their first game. Just something to consider before you tune into this high school football game between the Trojans and the Wildcats.
Yeah, it was a big piece that they lost with him. Definitely tough. Never really found out why he quit. So definitely it hurt the Wildcats as they now run onto the field, getting ready for the season opener.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, like to focus your attention to the midfield stripe.
Yeah. You just tell me.
To start our game tonight, determine who had initial possession of football.
Yeah. One of us, Brad. Hold on. Which one's Brad? Where's Brad's from? Bradley Barcelo?
He's 53. Yo. I wrote down like the ones that weren't listed right here.
Number 7 is Jackson.
Yeah, I got it. Got you.
Brandon, number 2, and of course number 78. That is Dan McGuire. They'll be meeting their counterparts from the Bobcats at the Trojan at midfield in just a few moments. We will officially flip the card to find out who will have initial possession tonight. Captain from Brookfield, number 72. Coach Tyler, Sylvia. Number 44, for the Bobcats, Logan.
We're going to stand or sit?
What's up?
Do you want to stand or sit?
Your choice.
We can stand if you want.
Sure, I don't really care. Honestly. Notable players coming into this game is sophomore Bradley Barcelo, who was at an excellent preseason said by coaches and teammates. Looks to get a pretty heavy load today with around 10 touches. The sophomore had one appearance with varsity last year and exploded for a 39-yard run against Stratford. He shows a lot of promise, and I just think he's going to have a great year and a great game tonight.
Completely agree, Max. He's very talented.
Yo, Sam, before Weston starts to drive, then I'll mention the stats and stuff.
Before the kickoff, so we can go over keys to the game.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Like after the national anthem, you want to do it right now?
Probably after the national anthem,
Want
right?
to do it right now?
Do you think it's better after national anthem? Yeah.
After, yeah.
Okay. I have some I have an email from Mr. Pasquarelli talking about.
We can do the second half. 2018 stats like during.
Bobcats
Yeah.
will
We're kicking
be
off
receiving
anyway, so we can
football
do
to start our football game.
Would you want me to send you these? I asked him a couple of questions about the offense, and
The Bobcats will be going south to
Just save it
north.
for the game because we have a bunch of time.
I already had it. Yeah, we're good.
And we're close to go time here at the Stadium Field in Weston, Connecticut.
also a quick shout out. Follow JR Photo NYC, great photography account.
Want to thank all our sponsors and our filmer, Giri Sharma, for his dedication and hard work on today's broadcast.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you please to rise, take off your caps, and join with us as Momo Burns sings our nation's anthem.
So. Let's acknowledge her name also, the Weston High School Pep Band. Pep Band under the Keys to tonight's game for Brookfield are to establish the run early, stop the passing game, stop that dual threat of the Jack and Brendan Sawyers. Weston's keys are really to just stop the run and control the tempo of the game. I interviewed offensive coordinator Dan Passarelli, and he really talked about how he wanted to control the pace of the game and have the game be at their hands.
Trojans going to be kicking off from their own 45 as we get ready to kick off one of the highest anticipated seasons in years for the Weston Trojans. And the crowd's starting to get loud.
We do every Friday night for home game. Are you ready for some football?
Sean McGee and Joe Bednarik of Brookfield are going to look to return this kick.
Number 60.
The two are juniors that both play running back and a defensive back.
Phoenix Parker kicking off for the Trojans.
And the Trojans 2019 season is underway. Brookfield turns the ball and is stopped short for a very small return. And Brookfield will start their set of downs at their own 30-yard line.
Special teamers. Well, the Trojans on attack will be first. Bobcats. They'll begin their drive at about the 31-yard line. That's about where the officially takes. First and 10. Bobcats
All right.
from their own 31.
Brookfield's offense is dominated of mainly juniors and seniors. Not a lot of underclassmen there. Brookfield looked to set up. Running back takes a snap, breaks the tackle, and is stopped short, or keeps on going and moves with the scrum, and that is a sizable 9-yard gain for the Brookfield Wildcats on their first play. What a run, Will.
Definitely, Max. That's a great push there by that Brookfield offensive line, driving him forward to get those extra yards as the whistle had not been blown yet. That really emphasizes the play till the whistle.
Yeah, 8-yard gain. So Brookfield will set up here for 2nd and short. They have no one spread out to the right, 2 spread out to the left. Quarterback takes a snap, running back gets the ball and is stopped with an aggressive tackle by Hayden Lawrence.
Really nice play there by Lawrence, just untouched by that Brookfield offensive line. And these are the same formations we see a lot from this Brookfield offense, with 2 receivers on the near side near us, and then nobody on the far side loading up this strong side here. So
they have the tight end and the running back in the backfield, which I think is interesting.
big 3rd down here on the first defensive possession.
3rd and short. Brookfield, two out to the right. Tight end in the backfield, running back in the backfield. High snap. And Brendan Sawyer tackles down the running back for a loss of 1. This will set up a 4th down for the Trojans.
Those Sawyer brothers are feeling it right now. They're excited. That's a big tackle from Brendan Sawyer to get the stop, and it looks like that Brookfield punt team is coming out. That's a really nice stop after a pretty bad first play. Great job by this Trojans defense as you see Sawyer after the big tackle now back to return.
Looks like it's going to be a quick 3rd and out for the Brookfield Wildcats on their first offensive possession. And Brendan Sawyer looks to return this punt. Brookfield punter lines up. And the punt is blocked by Jack Sawyer. The ball is recovered at the Brookfield 18-yard line.
We see some chippiness. Sorry.
Yeah.
What a play by Brendan Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, excuse me. Just untouched, gets right through the middle to block that punt. And wow, what a great way to start the year for the Trojans. That is a big play. And now in great field position, looking to get their first score of the year with this great offense coming out.
These Sawyer twins are incredible, you know. Both 6'2", 195 pounds, just athletic freaks. Weston on the first play goes on an empty set, 3 out to the left, 2 out to the right. Gets in the backfield as the quarterback. They are in excellent field position. Brendan Sawyer motions to the left. Brendan Sawyer takes the handoff and trucks a Brookfield defender for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a really nice job on defense from Brookfield. A lot of the keys to the game included Brookfield's defense. They really do a lot of things well on the other side of the ball. So hopefully the Trojans can get something going. See them awaiting the play call.
Tyler Bauer, senior, is returning for another great year. Rushed for over 450 yards last year. And takes the snap, fakes the pass, and pass to no one.
Definitely
intended for Jack Sawyer.
Definitely a miscommunication there between Getz and Sawyer. Sawyer looked like he was blocking, as if the play call was different, but Getz threw one down the sideline where there was nobody. Lucky for Getz, ball could have been picked off. But now a big 3rd down coming up for the Trojans.
Casal and Lawrence out to the left. Jack Sawyer all the way out. Brendan Sawyer all the way out to the right. Getz rolls to his right and finds Brendan Sawyer open for a 1st down and more.
Great job there by Sawyer, diving forward for the extra few yards. And now the Trojans The first and goal with the hurry-up offense coming up.
This is no huddle. This is from the Brookfield 2-yard line.
From the 2-yard line, first and goal.
Weston is looking to score the first touchdown of the year on this play. Bad snap, hand off to Bauer, and Bauer's in for the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
That's exactly what you're looking for in an offensive possession. You know, a few of those early season struggles that you always see, but at the end of the day, that's exactly what the Trojans wanted, a great defensive possession, and then the offensive score, and they've got the early lead. Looking to get a lot of those from Tyler Bauer this year.
I want to say like 12 yards. Or maybe Brendan. Or wait, Jack. It was Jack, yeah.
It was number 7.
Yeah. How long was that pass?
The pass?
Yeah, when he went down to the 2.
I want to say 12.
Yeah, I would say 12 yards too. This is the perfect start the Trojans wanted. A quick 3-and-out by the Brookfield offense. They set up, they blocked their punt, set up in great field position within the Brookfield 20, and score within 4 plays.
Well, you definitely got to highlight what the Sawyer twins did on that offensive and defensive possession. And they can just do so many things. They're just so versatile. I mean, these guys went out and played lacrosse last season, just picked up a new sport and actually were very meaningful. So, I mean, they're just freak athletes. And they really showed it off there, looking to have their biggest season yet. Both committed to Colby College to play football.
I completely agree. When you're both 6'2", 195, and have that drive and athleticism that they do, you can really do anything. And their mentality is great, and their work ethic is great as well. So that's why they're looking to have a great year. Strong Brookfield return to wrestle down to their own, appears to be 30-yard line.
Definitely something that the Trojans are going to look to do is just kind of keep up this momentum. And, they started off playing well, so, they definitely want to keep this going. Don't want to let this Brookfield offense break one out.
Brookfield looks to take the same formation they did the first 3 plays of the last drive. Quarterback takes the snap, drops back, passes it, and it is almost picked off by Johnny Casal.
Well, I might have to say that's one he maybe should have had. That ball was in his hands. Not a smart play by the Brookfield quarterback. So now second down by Rajkula.
Brookfield looks to set up for 2nd and 10. That same formation, tight end and RB running back to the bathroom. Brookfield fakes the run, and it is thrown out of bounds, intended to Andrew Meneses.
Well, I actually like that play call from the Wildcats. He had Meneses wide open. Just not a good throw there from Rajkula. So now a 3rd and long. The Trojans, showing off some energy right now.
It's an important 3rd and 10. This is a new formation. 2 out to the left, 2 out to the right. Only 1 running back in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap, pitches it, throws it short to the running back, and the running back gets a sizable 4-yard gain, but it will not be enough to move the chains. And this will set up 4th and 6 for the Brookfield Wildcats at their own 33-yard line.
Well, that's another great defensive possession for the Trojans. Love what I saw there. And now you got Brendan Sawyer back to return the kick once again, and maybe his brother will block another.
The Weston Trojans looking to apply that pressure on this punter. See if it can happen again. It's a poor snap. Brookfield punter gets it off. Brendan Sawyer catches at the Weston 35, goes out right, still going. Brendan Sawyer still going. He stiff arms the kid, and he is down at the Brookfield 45 for a 20-yard return.
And Sawyer, with a lot of energy right now, was pretty mad about that way he was tackled there. Wanted maybe a face mask, and He's got a lot of energy right now. Both of those brothers do, and definitely looking to have huge seasons here. But nice return there from Sawyer. Such a good athlete.
Yep. Excuse me, the Trojans are set up at the Brookfield 46-yard line. They're in the pistol. Jack Sawyer to James Getz's left. Tyler Bauer all the way in the back behind him. Jack Sawyer motions out left to be a blocker, it appears like. James Getz fakes the run. Drops back. It's a long pass to Johnny. Yes, Johnny Casal wide open. He misses him.
He had Casal wide open there. Getz got hit as he threw and just overthrew him and missed to the right a little bit. I mean, Casal was wide open. No one near him. But, those types of mistakes happen, especially with Getz. We saw a few of those last year, so that's definitely something they want to clean up, but not something they should sweat too much.
Interesting stat from last year was James Getz led the team in rushing as a quarterback. Trojans look to set up for a 2nd and 10. 3 out to the left. One. Jack.
Pass complete. Robinson on the tackle. That pass to number 2, Brendan Sawyer.
Weston look to set up here for a 3rd and 1 after a 9-yard completion to Brendan Sawyer.
It's a first down.
Never mind.
First down.
The refs spot the ball past the Brookfield 36, and it is a first down for the Weston Trojans.
Now the Trojans going with some hurry-up offense here.
2 out to the right, 2 out to the left. Bauer and Getz in the backfield. Getz takes the snap, fakes the run, finds Jack Sawyer open. And Jack Sawyer breaks the tackle, and it looks like to be gone. And touchdown, Trojans!
What a play by Jack Sawyer. Just using his strength to break that tackle. He's in. These Sawyer brothers are doing it all, and the Trojans are rolling so far here in the first quarter. I love that play call. I love how much on these pass plays they go to the Sawyer brothers. Wow. What a start so far for the Trojans.
Parker looks to put up the PAT. And it is good. 14-0 Trojans after 2 possessions.
Nice hold there from Knox Watson. And Parker, much as he was last year, looking really sharp on these extra points.
Bobcats of Brookfield, 0.
I gotta love the way plays were called at that last drive. Right after the Trojans found out they had a first down, they hurried it up. They caught the Brookfield defense lacking by passing it right to Jack Sawyer. He was wide open. He broke a tackle, and he broke loose for 6.
Yeah, just using his strength to elude the defender, and then just using that speed to jet down the sideline. Now Parker kicking off for the Trojans, looking to keep that momentum. It's always so important in a game of football. Football's a game of momentum more than any other sport, so here we go.
Couldn't agree with you more, Will. This game is far from over. Brookfield looks to take the return from their own 12, and they take it out to the 28-yard line. So this will be Brookfield's 3rd offensive possession. Really
couple of 3-and-outs so far for the Wildcats. Haven't loved the play calls from them, so definitely want to see some more pass plays.
Last year, it was quite evident that they really relied on the run game with All-State running back. With their All-State running back, Nick Henderson. But as he left the team, it left their playbook to be taken by another running back this year. First down, Brookfield running back completes a short gain to their own 30-yard line, and they're going to set up for a 2nd and long here.
Nice tackle there by Francis O'Keen.
That's a gain of about 4. Let's call it 4. Football sitting right at the 32-yard line of the Bobcats.
Two out in the backfield, right next to the quarterback. Quarterback hands the ball off, and that is a tackle by Jack Sawyer. Wow.
Grabbed him by the jersey and just threw him down. What a play by Jack Sawyer. Wow, is he stepping up.
Tyler Robinson, the sophomore running back, couldn't really do much there.
His first game here in the last go-around for the Trojans, his senior season. He stepped up big time. Now another 3rd and long coming up for the Brookfield Wildcats.
2 out to the right, 2 out to the left. Brookfield quarterback takes the ball, gets pressure, gets pressured by the Weston defense, and has to throw incomplete.
How about that pressure from Jack Sawyer? Look at him go again. He does not take a play off, just cutting right through the middle, untouched, all the way to the quarterback and shoving him down. Quarterback was just able, Rajgula, was just able to get that ball away for the incomplete pass. Now another punt coming up for the Brookfield Wildcats. And Brendan Sawyer back deep to return.
Very high punt, kicked, and it looks to be recovered at the Brookfield 48-yard line.
Not a great kick there from the punter for the Wildcats. It was a very high kick, but did not take a Brookfield bounce when it landed about the Trojan 45. Went all the way back to the Brookfield 48.
At the Bobcat 49-yard line.
Definitely will be interesting to see what the Trojans go with on this drive. Whatever they've been doing, it's been working very well.
Weston has 3 out to the left, 1 out to the right. Bauer in the backfield. Takes the snap. Has time. Finds Jack Sawyer open for a 6-yard gain.
Loving these play calls so far from Coach Hassett. Throw was a little bit high there, but Jack Sawyer able to go up and get it, and a solid gain on first down for Weston, just continuing to just have productive plays time and time again, and a great job by that offensive line so far, not letting them even get near James Getz.
Weston looks to line up in the pistol. 1 out to the left, 3 to the right. Jack Sawyer motions to the left. Getz takes the snap. And the ball's fumbled by Tyler Bauer, and
looks like
it is recovered by the Brookfield defense at their own 49-yard line.
A lot of the time you see fumbles like that, that are both the quarterback and running back's fault, but I think that one was all on Bauer. He had that ball in his grasp and just lost it, and now these are these chances, that the momentum can shift. There's a lot of energy on that Brookfield sideline right now, and this crowd kind of had the air taken out of it after that fumble. We'll see how Brookfield, comes back after this. It's a great chance for them to get some of that momentum back. Definitely want to get on the board.
Absolutely. Brookfield lines up with 2 running backs in the backfield, side by side by the quarterback. The quarterback takes a snap, hands it to the running back, and
short gain.
He stopped for a short gain of 1.
Bobcat. Ball carried, gain of 1. Ball sits at the midfield stripe. Will be second down.
Should I say running back or no? Should I just say the Brookfield running back?
Yeah, you could do. Like, you can look at it and say his name if you find it quickly.
Brookfield looked to set up with the same formation. 2 running backs in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap, fakes the run, is pressured, and it is picked off by the Weston Trojans. Hayden Lawrence, and he's going to be in for 6.
Wow. What a play. The Trojans are feeling it with a huge celebration in the end zone. Hayden Lawrence back for a senior season. And wow, what a play by number 3 in blue. That ball was bobbled by the Brookfield wide receiver. Lawrence got right in to make the interception and just flew down that near sideline. Trojans. All Trojans.
What a play.
Lawrence eluding the final attempted tackle just about the 5-yard
Talk about that momentum. The Trojans have got it all now.
That was Hayden Lawrence.
From the hold of Knox Watson. The extra point is good.
And the PAT is good by Phoenix Parker.
And
The Trojans have a
of the first quarter of action here at the main stage.
21-0 lead.
Weston. The score is Trojans 21, Bobcats 0.
This game's far from over. Still 3:48 left in this first quarter. But wow, the Trojans have got it all going right now. Their defense is looking great. Wow, what a play there by Hayden Lawrence.
There will be an EMT certification course offered in Weston starting October 15th.
Brookfield really has to get the ball moving here. 3 straight possessions, either a blocked punt, a punt, or an interception. This is just not acceptable for the Brookfield offense so far. Thank you.
Would like to see another good kick from Parker here. I've really liked his kickoff so far. Near the sidelines, pinning the Wildcats back deep. So we'll see what he comes up with here.
What's up, brother? I freaking love it, man. Everything good?
I gotta hang around. How's it going?
All right, everything?
I like the hair.
Ball's returned from the Brookfield 7-yard line. The Brookfield returner looks to get some space, but is stopped at the 26-yard line.
Flag is down. Nice return there by Tyler Robinson on a really nice kick by Phoenix Parker that went all the way near the 10. So we see the call coming up now from the referees as they are inquiring with each other.
Take a look at what that is. No indication yet. It's been a relatively penalty-free first quarter. Only is a call against.
Holding on the offense.
The offense, defense was called for face mask. It is offsetting penalties.
But the Trojans were also called for a face mask there, so the penalty's offset.
Offsetting penalties. Will suggest we're going to do the whole thing over again.
And it looks like they will replay the kickoff with the offsetting penalties.
Sure. Do you have defensive ones?
So Parker will kick off for the Trojans.
Probably do that for the next drive, right? Yeah. Trojans are going to re-kick this kickoff from their 40.
Robinson once again back deep to return the kick, along with Sean McGee for the Wildcats.
It's a nice kick by Phoenix Parker, taken by the Brookfield returner at this 15-yard line. And he gets a block, but is stopped at the 30.
15-yard line, returns at 15 yards to the 30 where we'll be.
Basically all of these Brookfield drives have started about the 30. It's not like they're, starting their drives with bad field position, but all of them, well, the first 3 resulted in punts, and then that last one, the pick 6 for Hayden Lawrence.
Just a great play, great anticipation.
Yep, he read his mind there. Completely agree with you, Max. And definitely think the quarterback, Bachkula, definitely telegraphed that one a little bit. And just great anticipation from Lawrence.
Brookfield looks to set up 1st and 10. Trojans apply pressure. Ball is snapped. Quarterback throws the ball to the Brookfield receiver, and he is wrestled down with an aggressive tackle by James Getz at the 41-yard line.
Thought that could have been a horse collar from Getz. Looked like he might have tackled him from the back of the neck, but no call made by the referee. Nonetheless, good play call there from Brookfield.
Ball is at the 44-yard line.
Alex Olson had him dead to rights in that backfield, but missed the tackle. And a sizable gain for Brookfield. And their first down. See the Trojans student section making some noise.
Brookfield looks set up for a 1st and 10. Quarterback snaps the ball, throws it out wide. But Sean McGee is stopped for no gain from the receiver screen.
Great play there from James Getz and company. And he's playing with no mercy right now, playing physical on the defensive end and tough at quarterback. He's so versatile.
Can do so many things, you know. Great safety, even better quarterback. Coach Hassett even said in an interview that he feels James' best position is that safety, which is very interesting because he's known for his great stats at quarterback. Quarterback takes snap, is pressured by Francis O'Kine, and it is almost picked by Johnny Casal.
Casal almost got there. Not a smart play by Rajkula.
In those situations, you really just want to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely, Max. I completely agree with you. Just not a very smart play by the quarterback, kind of thrown into nobody. And if only Casal was just a little bit closer, that could have been another pick six for the Trojans.
30. Brookfield looked to set up for this 3rd down. Only one running back in the backfield. Quarterback takes snap, drops. Francis O'Kine pressures. And the ball's picked off by James Getz at the 40-yard line. Getz is running back, but with a great return, shows great speed to the Brookfield 33-yard line. Weston is set up for great offensive positioning again.
Well, there you go. The second defensive turnover for the Trojans. A couple of interceptions. The first one from Hayden Lawrence, and then that one from the quarterback, James Getz, who stays right out on the field. Isn't that something? He can do so much. A great play by Getz, and definitely have to mention Francis O'Kine with some great pressure there to the quarterback, knocking him over as he threw the ball. Thought it could have been a roughing the passer as he hit him very hard, but nonetheless, not a great throw there.
Sophomore Bradley Barcelo checks into the game. He's positioned out at the receiver position. Gasol motions to left. Getz fakes the run, and he is off to the races. And he will be waiting for the signal. He will be stopped at the 1-foot yard line. But a great 32-yard run by James Getz.
Wow, James Getz doing it all right now. And look at these Trojan fans making a lot of noise.
Barcelo is lined up in the backfield. Ball is fumbled. Barcelo recovers the fumble, but it pushes back the Trojans to the Brookfield 3.
Indeed, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Trojans.
Big 2nd and goal from the 3 here for the Trojans, looking to add on to what is already a huge lead. Can you believe it is still the first quarter?
Some time left to go.
Interesting to see what
Getz
the play
takes
call
the
will be
snap,
here.
has time, scrambles to his right, throws it intended to Jack Sawyer, but it is too high.
Well, Getz was hit pretty hard as he threw that ball, but got up quickly. That's good to see. Not a great throw there from James Getz. Luckily, no one was there in that back corner of the end zone. And they'll take that any day. Just a 3rd and goal coming up.
Casal's lined up all the way to the left. Sawyer, Lawrence, and other Sawyer. And ball snapped, and Barcelo's in for the end zone! Bradley Barcelo with his first high school football touchdown.
These are the moments you live for. Bradley Barcelo, big milestone in his career, getting into the end zone. Wow, what a moment. The Trojans are rolling. The sophomore Bradley Barcelo in the game in the first quarter in what is an absolute blowout so far. It is all Trojans as Parker comes out to make the kick.
Great run by Bradley. Even though it was a 3-yard run, it was still very impressive, and he got into the end zone. Phoenix takes Knox snap. Phoenix kicks it, and it is good. PAT is good. Trojans are up 28-0.
Parker, perfect so far on those PATs. And, wow, what a great moment for Bradley Barcelo. I really think he's going to have a great career. I'm excited to see what he does this year for the Trojans. He could actually play a pretty big part. You know, great athlete and, you know, just so fast, so strong. Excited to see what's in store for this sophomore season and definitely his junior and senior season for this Trojans team.
Parker puts the ball on the tee, the 40-yard line. He'll be kicking off to a pair of Bobcat return men.
Brookfield looks to take his return. Parker kicks. The poor kick. And Weston may recover it. And it is recovered by Jonathan Gasol.
Oh, my goodness. Well, when it rains, it pours, Max. Nothing is going right for the Brookfield Wildcats right now. And they just waited on that ball, you know, as if it were a punt. And, you know, as if they didn't, you know, have to have a sense of urgency. And Johnny Casal, what an alert play, just pouncing on that ball. And the Trojans might be able to score again in this first quarter. And, I mean, you got to think about this. I mean, you know, according to Game Time Connecticut, you know, I mean, the predictions from some of these analysts, you know, were split. And the Trojans just giving Brookfield everything they can handle. Still the first quarter.
Trojans can definitely get another score and before this quarter ends to make it 35-0. Who expected this?
First and 10, Trojans from the Bobcat 21.
Trojans have 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Bowers in the backfield now. Brennan Sawyer motions to the left, fakes the run, and he finds Jack Sawyer in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Wow. I cannot believe what I'm watching so far in this first quarter. The Trojans are rolling, and these Sawyer brothers, man, are they special. Second touchdown of the day for Sawyer. And look at them, both Sawyer brothers now out on the line on this PAT. I mean, they really do it all.
Phoenix Parker looking to extend the lead to 35, and PAT is good.
Parker just snuck that one in, but he's now 5 for 5. It is all Trojans here in this first quarter. Brookfield looking for some life. They have 1 first down this entire first quarter. They've had a fair amount of possessions, getting it back after every single one of these Trojan touchdowns, but then giving it right back to Weston.
See if Brookfield can avoid that same mistake they made last kickoff. Just a complete mental blunder by the Brookfield special teams. Really shouldn't happen.
Yeah, definitely cannot afford that. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I mean, heck of a play by Casal. You know, love him being alert there, but wow. Brookfield just asleep, showing up to Weston just with no.
Nice kick by Phoenix Parker. It's caught at the 13. Return starts, and wow. What? It is a fumble. It's another turnover, and the Trojans have the ball again.
My goodness. I have never seen anything like this. A fumble on the huge hit from Robert. Never mind. A fumble on the huge hit from the Trojan special teams. And, wow. The recovery. There is 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in this first quarter, and they have a chance to score again. Already 5 touchdowns. I cannot wait to see James gets his stat line.
Bradley Barcelo checks in for Bauer in the backfield. Jack Sawyer motions to the right. Gets takes the snap, hands it off to Barcelo. Barcelo has a hole. Barcelo's going. Barcelo jukes the defender, and and he is stopped at the 1 yard line. But what a run from Bradley Barcelo!
You bet Bradley Barcelo is going to get some more touches. This kid is a remarkable athlete. I mean, keep in mind, he's a sophomore getting into this game. I mean, I know it's a blowout, but it's still the first quarter. I mean, Bradley Barcelo just going down the right sideline, hurdling a man. He's doing it all. And the Trojans, with the clock running down at 45 seconds right now, a chance to score again. And Barcelo, I'd like to see his stat line after this game.
Couldn't agree with you more, Will. I think they should give the ball to him here.
30 seconds with the clock running down.
Ball's at the 1 foot yard line. And it's a quarterback draw, and James Getz is in for the touchdown. 6 for the Trojans. It is 41-0 in the first quarter.
James Getz just brushing off his jersey as if it's just too easy right now for the Weston Trojans. Wow. I mean, I don't even want to say this game is over, but every single thing that could possibly go wrong for Brookfield is going wrong in this first quarter. I mean, you betcha they're going to get a talking to from their head coach.
Parker looks to set up for a 6 extra point and nails it. 42-0.
And at the 19-second mark to go in the first quarter of action.
I said it before the game, and I stuck by it. I thought Bradley Barcelo would have a great game, but wow, was I still surprised by that incredible run.
Maybe next game when they're on the road in that non-conference game, we'll see Barcelo getting touches earlier in the game, you know, maybe when it's closer because, I mean, wow, I mean, these are still the Brookfield starting defenders in the game. I mean, he's just been a spark plug for the Trojans.
Absolutely. And Getz finished that drive there with the 1 yard quarterback draw.
And in what everyone seemed to think would be one of the closest games in all the slated games of the SWC today, the Trojans just rolling all over the Brookfield Wildcats. Still the first quarter, 19 seconds.
Parker looks to kick from Trojan 40. Just to mention, Brookfield haven't even entered Trojan territory yet. Ball's muffled. It's a nice return. And Joe Bednarik with a very impressive return for the Wildcats. Sets them up in good field position at the Brookfield 36-yard line.
Well, 10 seconds to go. We'll see what, definitely expect some sort of Hail Mary here from Brookfield. I mean, my goodness, would it just be so big for them to get some points, but unlikely. But a nice return there from Bednarik. Almost broke free from the Trojans. He just got a little bit tripped up near that 30-yard line.
Excuse me, 33-yard line. I thought it was 36. Quarterback takes snap, and Brookfield running back is stuffed in the backfield by Brendan Sawyer and company.
That's it.
That is the first quarter, and the Trojans are up 42-0.
Wow. I mean, I'd like to look back in some of the game records in the last decade, the last century. I mean, I have never seen anything like this. 42 points in the first quarter for the Weston Trojans. Brookfield with 2 turnovers on special teams and their offense with 2 turnovers. And every time Weston has had the ball, it's resulted in a touchdown.
They did fumble it with Bauer on that one possession.
Yes, my mistake.
But everything else has been 6 for the Trojans.
And to even take into account the fact that they did turn the ball over once in that first quarter in it's not like college. I mean, this is a 12-minute period. I can't even believe that they managed to put up that many points. And, now, I mean, what do you even do if you're the Brookfield Wildcats? They've just been demoralized.
got to put some points on the board here.
Definitely. Even in this, even in this blowout, I hate saying it, but it is early, And it's a game of momentum. We'll see what they're able to do. But, wow, they're going to have to do basically every single thing differently.
What was the other one? It was that one was big 36 yards.
Pass is incomplete.
As that pass is incomplete to Sean McGee. He dropped the screen pass. Wouldn't have been a big gain anyways, but now a 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Brookfield Wildcats from their own 32.
The other one was like 4 yards.
11:52 to go in this young second quarter.
Brookfield are looking to change their formation. Only have one running back in the backfield this time. Quarterback takes a snap, drops back, dishes out to the running back, and he is stuffed.
Oh! And some flags are down. We see some chippiness there as Alex Olson was thrown to the ground by a Brookfield offensive player. What was a bit of a scuffle there. And flag is down as the refs are talking to each other. And now a call about to be made by that head linesman.
Wow,
And-
on the Trojans.
Very surprised by that one. So the penalty on the Trojans. And now it's going to be an automatic 1st down for Brookfield.
That'll move the chains all the way to the Brookfield 45-yard line.
Despite the 42-0 lead, obviously, can't be mad at the Trojans, right now. But, those are just the types of things you want to avoid in general, just for the purpose of kind of being ready, for a highly anticipated season. You just want to avoid that type of chippiness and, those unnecessary penalties, especially after the play.
2 running backs in the backfield, Brookfield. The quarterback takes a snap, and the ball's fumbled and is recovered by the Trojans. Touchdown! A 45-yard fumble recovery. But
That ball found its way to the field turf and took it all the way in for a touchdown by the Trojans.
Phoenix Parker. Number 60 for the Trojans recovering that fumble.
refs seem to throw something on the play, but
In the end zone. Touchdown Trojans.
call will stand, and it is a touchdown.
Yep, that penalty was on Brookfield, declined by the Trojans.
33-yard return. Fumble for a touchdown.
And now it looks like a
And it'll be
new kicker for Weston. I think that is Sean Esslinger out there, the backup kicker, as Parker just scored that touchdown, and now they're even benching the kicker at this point. High snap, and he knocks it incomplete, missed to the right.
that extra point unsuccessful. But at the 11-14.
I mean, well, this just keeps getting more surprising and more surprising by the drive.
Bobcats 0.
7 touchdowns for the Weston Trojans. Obviously, that was the first missed extra point. So a 48-0 lead with 11:14 to go. And Brookfield has turned this ball over 4 times, 3 times on offense, once on the kickoff, and then there was the one that was not recovered and then was picked up by Johnny Casal. So, I mean, I can't even think of mistakes in football that Brookfield hasn't made. They are just looking awful out there so far. And it looks like Sean Esslinger will go out there and will kick the ball off. So Phoenix Parker, after doing it all on defense, might be done for the day, or at least done for now. The freshman getting some action.
Even though he hooked it right, it was still a great kick.
Yeah, definitely
Great power.
has a strong boot. And he'll probably be the kicker and running back, linebacker here for years to come. Great athlete.
Brookfield takes it.
Oh, what a hit. And the hit made by Sean Esslinger, the freshman who might have just saved a touchdown, lays out to Brookfield return man. How about that? This man already establishing himself on this Trojan team. Wow, what a play, Max.
Completely agree. You see that in the NFL all the time where kick returners go loose and you see the kicker, the least surprising player on the field you expect to make a hard hit, make the hardest hit you'll see all game, and Esslinger may have just done that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, these guys are athletes, and unlike the NFL or even college, Sean Esslinger is not just a kicker, he is an athlete. So now we'll see what Brookfield can do with their best field position yet at the 45.
Brookfield looks to take the snap, fakes the handoff, quarterback scrambles to the right and throws it into the ground, intended for Sean McGee.
And McGee was there blocking. That ball was really just thrown so that the quarterback wasn't sacked. The pressure was coming from Tyler Bauer. And, just had to get that ball away. Luckily, he had a receiver in the vicinity so that it was not intentional grounding.
Brookfield takes a snap, hands it off to the running back. And they have entered Trojan territory.
J.D. Davis homered off Kershaw.
An impressive run by Tyler Robinson, the sophomore running back.
This sophomore running back, Tyler Robinson, for the Brookfield Wildcats, has also returned all the kicks. He must be an athlete, getting all these minutes.
Quarterback takes a snap. Robinson gets the ball again, and that is a first down further into Weston Trojan territory.
We see some chippiness out there between Alex Olson and some of the Brookfield defense.
Brookfield will have a 1st and 10 at the Trojan 43-yard line.
This is what you want to see from Brookfield when this game might already be over. I mean, 48-0 early in the second quarter. You just want to see them, get a couple first downs, maybe get on the board. Just
high snap taken, and that is Robinson again for another good rush.
Robinson once again with the carry. He moves inside the 40-yard line to about the 37.
That is a nice 6-yard gain. Set up a nice 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Oh, excuse me.
Nice play there by Zaire McLean-Felix for the Brookfield Wildcats as he plunged forward for first down.
Where will be 1st and 10 once again for the Bobcats from the Trojan 27-yard
I noticed that most of the Brookfield team is composed of sophomores and juniors. Not a lot of seniors on their roster.
Yeah, and those who are seniors haven't really gotten many minutes yet. So this is definitely a team of the future, and you see young teams with early mistakes. You're seeing that here today.
Takes a snap, and the Brookfield running back is wrestled down for a 0-yard gain.
And haven't really seen much from Andrew Meneses for the Brookfield Wildcats. Not going anywhere there. This Trojans defensive line, which is now composed of a lot of non-starters, still making plays.
2nd and 10.
Yeah. When they go on offense, should I reference it or should I do it?
Hand off to Robinson, and he breaks free for a huge gain.
Great recovery, though, by Alex Olson. to wrestle him down to prevent the touchdown.
It's a first down and goal for the Bobcats.
Tyler Robinson has really made a difference on this drive for Brookfield. Has led the Wildcats into the Trojan red zone. All right. Thanks.
Would be nice to see Brookfield maybe just get on the board with a first and goal here.
Felix takes the snap, scrambles left, has some room, and is wrestled down to the Trojan 4-yard line.
Football just inside the 5-yard line. Let's call it the 4. Where will be
Brookfield looks to set up for a second and goal at the Trojan 4-yard line.
second and goal for the Brook.
Just as a general spectator, you kind of wish Brookfield would be a little more have a little more of a sense of urgency on offense, huddling up after every play. I mean, if they want to have a chance in this game, they're gonna have to start moving this ball quicker.
Felix takes a snap, hands it to the fullback, and
Bobcat ball carrier stop.
Very short game there for Manassas, down to about the Trojan 2 or 1.5, and now
Trojans on tackle.
big third and goal coming up.
Guy to number 66 for the Trojans. McGuire.
Wildcats looking to get on the board here.
From the Trojan 2-yard line.
You'd think they might want to go for it on fourth and goal if that comes, just with how many, the points that they need right now. Field goal isn't really going to cut it.
And it is given to the Brookfield fullback, and
Carriers close to the
Does not look like he got in for now, but waiting the call from the referee.
waiting for the signal from the referee, and
Fourth
indicates
down.
short.
Just short there for Manassas. And no question here, Brookfield huddling up for this fourth and goal. And it's a big one. Looks like it's inside the Trojans' 1-yard line. But this defensive front line with key players Tyler Bauer and Francis O'Kine have really done a great job on this drive.
Felix takes a snap, and it's a quarterback sneak,
touchdown.
and he is in
Wayne Felix.
for the touchdown.
On fourth and goal.
Brookfield puts up their first points on the board.
4.
Well, that-
5 minutes and 14 seconds into this second quarter.
Well, that's good to see for Zaire McLean Felix. They had to get on the board. That was a big play, and I like that play call, just plunging forward for the touchdown as Ryan Scribner, the kicker, sophomore kicker, comes out for the kick and knocks it through.
The extra point is good.
48-7. The Trojans still with the huge lead.
Trojans at the 5.
Can't really be disappointed in that defensive possession. Brookfield started it with their best field position yet.
7.
And, I really love the play calls there from Brookfield. I mean, despite kind of the lack of the sense of urgency, I think they're starting to kind of figure out, what they need to do to move the ball a little bit more in this game. So should be interesting to see, if they do get the ball back in this second quarter and for the rest of this game, what they're able to do. Trojans with a lot of starters still out there. As you see, Johnny Casal, Brendan Sawyer, Jack Sawyer, Tyler Bauer all out there on this return team.
This will be the first Trojan kickoff return in this first half.
Isn't that just remarkable? They have 7 touchdowns and have yet to receive a kickoff. That's how you know it's all Weston.
Scribner looking to kick from the Brookfield 40. Casal and Brendan Sawyer are lined up back at around the Weston 16-yard line to receive the kick. And it is a squib And if Weston lets it go out of bounds, which they do,
Short kick.
Smart play there by Brendan Sawyer as the ball went out around the 25-yard line.
It produces a penalty flag. That's going to be an illegal procedure call.
The illegal procedure call coming up on Brookfield for the kick going out of bounds. So the Trojans will have the ball at their own 35-yard line. And smart play there by Brendan Sawyer, letting that ball go out of bounds. Don't want to create a similar situation to what Brookfield had back in the first quarter. And obviously getting the penalty.
Casal lined up all the way to the left. Bowers in the backfield. Both Sawyers to the right. And Bauer gets the ball with a powerful run.
Ball carried number 34 for the Trojans. That, of course, Tyler Bauer.
Just a couple yards there for Tyler Bauer on first down.
For about 3, let's call it a
See Johnny Casal out on the field stretching. We know it's pretty humid tonight. He had a lot of issues with cramps last year and then the major injury, so he's such a meaningful player for this team. He's already been so meaningful today, and interesting to see when they might, pull the plug on him.
Bauer leaves the backfield, goes to the right to be receiver, empty set. Jack Sawyer motions to the left. Looks to be a quarterback run, and it is. Rolls to his left, has room, is looking to go all the way, jukes a defender, and he is free for the touchdown.
What a play by James Getz. The Trojans are into the 50s here in the second quarter. Getz with a really smart play as he was moving down the sideline around the 25-yard line. He broke towards the middle of the field.
But there's a flag, and it is on the Trojan offense for a hold, so that remarkable run will be pushed all the way back.
Still really impressive from Getz, but, don't want to see those types of penalties. As a Trojan fan, you hate to see those plays be brought back.
62-yard run negated by the holding penalty.
Run was of 62 yards, but instead they will move backwards for what will be a second down and long in their own territory.
There's also a second call, illegal block in the back. The holding call was.
And on that penalty, there was also an illegal block in the back on the Trojans. So adding on to the lost yards there.
Trojans will set up for a 2nd and 13 at their own 32-yard line.
2 penalties on the play. The first one was declined, second one taken.
3 out to the left. Bauer in the backfield. Bauer takes the run and
plunges forward for a large gain.
He moves the football out close to first down yardage. Let's say he's going to be short by about 2. There was a gain of 11.
Tyler Bauer, 220-pound running back, just so powerful when he runs the football.
Yeah, he's like a Marshawn Lynch, just the way that he just uses his strength to get those extra yards. And now 3rd down here, we'll see what Coach Hassett has up his sleeve.
True power back. Bowers in the backfield again. Jack Sawyer motions to the right. Looks to be another quarterback draw, and it is. Rushes, is free, and he will be in for the end zone, but there's another flag on the field.
A flag is down. Brendan Sawyer is very angry. He threw his mouth guard on the ground. This is going to be a penalty on him, and he is furious. Completely disagrees with the referee. That is the 2nd touchdown negated. That one was 55 yards on this Trojans drive.
Jack Sawyer motioned to the right, had a nice block for James Getz. He had a wide open hole, hit it, and exploited the hole and was through for the touchdown again. But it will be called back for another illegal block in the back.
That one was on Brendan Sawyer.
However, this penalty was within the 10-yard line before Getz got in. so it won't be called all the way back. The Trojans will set up at the Brookfield 20.
Yeah, pretty good luck for the Trojans there because of where the penalty was committed by Sawyer. So still in great field position after another great run by James Getz.
Jack Sawyer motions to the left. Looks to be a toss, and it is to Tyler Bauer. Bauer has space. Bauer keeps on going, and he is in.
Oh, what a play by
For
Tyler
the
Bauer.
touchdown. Extends at the 1 yard line, and he is in. Gets the ball over the plane. That is 54-7 with 3 minutes left of the second quarter.
Wow, what a run by Tyler Bauer. This is exactly what Max and I were talking about, how he's a power back. Just drove forward, and even when he was in the grasp of the Brookfield defensive back, he dove forward, reached out his arm. Now Sean Esslinger out for another extra point. We'll see if he can get this one.
And he converts it. 55. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the first half, and the Trojans have a total point score of more than they had last season at all.
Trojans 55.
Yep, Max, that is just something remarkable. As you just said, it is the second quarter. I mean, how many points are they going to put up today? I mean, who knows? You know, a lot of teams can be inspired at halftime. Things can definitely change in this game, but I mean, I cannot believe what I've seen so far today. And we'd like to extend a congratulations to Sean Esslinger on his first career PAT in his first career game.
Absolutely. Esslinger looked sharp from there. Had a great hit earlier. He's kicking the ball well.
By the ambulance on the north side of our field. To learn more, or head to WestonEMS.com for more information.
Esslinger looks to kick this off from the Trojan 40. 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Esslinger to kick off.
Nice kick there from Esslinger, but it looks
Nice
like it'll
kick.
go out of bounds for the
Finds its way
illegal procedure penalty.
out of bounds.
Flag is thrown.
The penalty flag.
Brookfield will
That'll be a legal procedure.
set
Once
up
again against the
at
Trojans.
35.
It'll bring the football out to the 35-yard line where the Bobcats will take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10 Bobcats, 35-yard line.
And you see Esslinger getting encouraged on that sideline by Coach Hassett. You know, not to worry about that when he's young. That was a booming kick. You know, it happens to the best of us is basically what you'd have to assume is being said over there.
Looks like, is that Rajuka?
Yeah.
Oh,
Play by Francis O'Kine.
Felix is wrestled to the ground by O'Kine
O'Kine with
for
the tackle, loss
a
of-
loss
Looks like 5 on the play.
of 5 yards to set up a Brookfield 2nd and 15. O'Kine has been great all game.
He has been phenomenal today. Just, you're so right, Max. Just constantly applying pressure to the quarterback, and they're getting into the backfield. I mean, basically untouched. Just, I mean, this Brookfield offensive line has a lot to improve on next week, and a lot of film to watch because Francis O'Kine is all over them, and a physical tackle, grabbing him by the jersey there and throwing him down. Delay of game called on the offense. That'll be another 5 yards.
This will be a 2nd and 20 for the Wildcats at their own 25-yard line.
Bobcats calling for delay of game. It'll be 2nd down and 20 as the football sits at the 25-yard line.
Felix takes the snap, is pressured, but he gets it, and it is dropped
Felix's pass and
Nice play there by Hayden Lawrence
By-
breaking up that.
by Sean McGee.
Nice play there by Hayden Lawrence breaking up that pass. There's a penalty flag on the play. I thought I might have seen a hold.
penalty flag
on Brookfield, but we'll see.
Preliminary call looks to be against.
Yep.
The Bobcats holding what looks to be the call.
Now push Brookfield back even further.
Another penalty on that Brookfield offensive line. He was grabbing Weston defensive lineman by the jersey there. Looks like the Trojans decline the penalty with a 3rd and long coming up nonetheless. I like that call from Coach Hassett. You know, no need. 3rd and 20 coming up for the Wildcats with 1:50 to go here in the second quarter.
Despite the penalty, it was a nice throw by Felix. Escaped pressure, found McGee. It was just unlucky. He dropped it. Good play by Lawrence. Felix takes a snap, is pressured again, throws it into the ground. Intended to Jarek Rajuka.
That pressure has been coming all game. O'Kine was there again to pressure Felix. And now, looks like Nate Luchetto will get in the game, the sophomore, to return this punt. Standing at about the 50-yard line.
Freak of nature he is in basketball as well. 6'3". 6'3", 163. And ball rolls out and he won't recover it. It will be stopped at the 50-yard line.
1:32 to play here in the second quarter. Trojans leading the Wildcats 55-7. And this offense coming back out. James Getz is still out there. Max, what's your take? Do you think that how long do you think Getz should stay in this game? Obviously looking at the scoreboard.
Well, he is the starting quarterback, and he deserves to get as many quarters as he should, but there is also the risk of injury. And really, it's unnecessary for him to play. He's had an incredible game, and it would just be the worst thing in the world to see him get injured.
Definitely.
I expect him to play one more quarter, and in the fourth quarter, most of the starters on the offense and defense will probably be subbed.
Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted at the Bobcat 47-yard line.
Tyler? Sean, are you just helping venture out or is this oh,
I got extra credits.
Oh, shit.
I'm in an advanced videographer. So
cool.
I usually film upstairs. So meant to mode in here.
Jack Sawyer motions to the right. Looks to be a run. Gets hands it off to Bauer. Bauer has space. Bauer has time. And Bauer is in to within the Brookfield 30-yard line.
That's a 1st down, Trojans.
Clock stops at 38.8 seconds after that 1st down. And now it's running again. Clock was just stopped to move the chains, but looks like the Trojans will try to get another score here as the clock runs down to 30 seconds. And still moving. Bradley Barcelo in the game of running back.
Pitches out to Barcelo. Barcelo has room, shakes off a tackle, and moves in for another Trojan 1st down, and he will move the chains.
1st down for Weston. 1st down. Trojans, 1st down.
And the clock's still running as didn't look like the Trojans decided to take a timeout, and this first half is going to wind down, and what a first half it was, Max. At the half, it is the Weston Trojans 55 and the Brookfield Wildcats 7.
What a great performance, offensively and defensively, by the Weston Trojans. You couldn't ask for any better from on both sides of the ball.
Completely agree, Max. They just did everything right, and I will admit, it is a combination of Brookfield's struggles. But what a game this is so far as we approach halftime.
And we also have a raffle. Who knew? All right. If you have your raffle ticket by,
And we will be back for the second half in 20 minutes. It'll be a short break until then.
coming?
Yeah, if they have, the fun.
All right.
If there's a long ass line, I'm not getting any.
Accidentally picked out
Give it to
2.
Ethan, alright?
I can't do that. That's against all the rules.
If they don't have it, get me like a
Here's
burger,
another
something
one. This one
edible.
will work. This one is going to go to Toya Toro. Congratulations. I have no idea what you want, but I'm sure it's her.
Get something for yourself too if you want.
A gift card, did you say? All right, now, please focus your attention out to our field where our cheerleaders are going to be heading out and putting on a little bit of a presentation for you.
I know.
I have to. This is so hype. How are you enjoying it? I'm looking over. Dude, you're doing a good job. It looks like TV. I mean, like.
All right, here we go.
I mean, yeah, you're doing a heck of a job here. Much better than this other guy. The guy we were watching. Oh yeah. I really need to take a piss. We're gonna go down into the trap with the heathens though. I'm much happier with the heathens. Yes, I know. My hands are free. Oh yeah, you're outside.
Otherwise, I got feedback.
I need to see the view like at night.
How about those cheerleaders? And now we'd like to introduce. Let's bring out our junior cheerleaders. And they are the Weston Youth Cheerleaders. This is the major squad, grades 4 and up. There they go. Put your hands together for them, folks. They have a song also?
No, they're just gonna do real shit.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Can you hear it up there? Someone said they couldn't.
They can hear it.
They can't hear it. Okay.
It's just the crowd's actually
It's
usually
so,
loud.
it's a huge hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, right?
The student section is really noisy.
I think that's good, right? I'd rather that be the case.
Oh, you don't feel safe with 2 people on the ladder?
Yeah. When your velvety voice, can you do these two, or do you want?
Sure, right now.
These are all the Gridiron Club
Good Iron Club
sponsors.
sponsors. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, why not take an opportunity to patronize our Gridiron Club sponsors? Let me tell you who they are. Ace Tire and Auto in the Weston Town Center. Carnegie Prep Tutoring Services. Caldwell Banker, Kathy McGee. Fairfield County Bank is a sponsor of the Weston Town Center, as is Finocchio Brothers, Waste Removal Services. Fresh Green Light, reinventing driver's education. Ferdinand and Billings, Educational Solutions. Hedgebase Securities is a sponsor. They are supporting all things Weston. Another sponsor, of course, Lane's Pharmacy. Healthy is the ultimate luxury. Lunchbox, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Minutemen Cleaners in the Weston Town Center is a sponsor, as is O'Neill's Pub and Restaurant in Norwalk. Orham's Diner, right on Route 7, since 1921 in Wilton. Planet Pizza is the sponsor of the Gridiron Club. That's Post Road East and Westport. Santa Servco, Quality Heating and Cooling Services, is a sponsor, as is Schulhoff Animal Hospital, Pet Clinic in Westport. The next street, the road to your driver's license. Weston Arborists, Complete Tree Service and more. And the Wilton Physical Therapy. Results you need, experience you deserve. Those are Gridiron Club sponsors.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If you want to email that to me, I'll print it out.
Yeah, no, we're trying to add more, so it might change.
Whenever you get it.
What's your email? And I'll,
Sure. It's salmarusso@gmail.com.
I'm Tom Watson, so you see a Tom Watson email. That's what it is.
You got that.
Stop Spam.
You, there's a
I got two. I got Knox, number 21, and
Yeah, Knox was on my original list.
Stays 21.
We have to search right
Oh,
now.
it's yours. Oh.
Can I give it to you?
Yep. SALLARUSSO.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom. So, yeah, third inning of the Yankee game will be okay, right? As long as that's the case. Wow, that's unbelievable. In the old days, they couldn't score anymore. The days of the what was the exact word of these guys? Wow, man, that's unbelievable.
Ever seen one like that?
I've never, no, I've been here a long time. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I never saw that.
42.
55. Unbelievable. Well, 44 in the first quarter. Yeah, unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's really so good. This, I don't think it's indicative of either of this team. It's amazing how that snowball kind of falls into place. That's unbelievable. Let's see if we have any other CIAC scores.
Cold. Oh yeah, it must be cold up there, man. High altitude. I'm using too many sports cliches.
Gets tough. No movement at all. Steady hand.
No, he retired 2014, man. It's great to see you too. Are you in town? Whereabouts in Fairfield? I'm on Knottsmore Hill, right off of North Benson.
Is Amato filming this on the sideline?
Yeah. Cameras on the sidelines. We're gonna have some
Oh,
like
really?
highlight
That's
videos.
gonna be nice.
Wait, yeah, isn't Josh Glass doing it too? Nice.
Exactly what's there. Right at the dam. He was right on where that road is. That yeah, I can't remember. Sycamore. He's right off Sycamore.
Always fun to come and take a hat trick.
He's 40 years old. How great is that?
They gave it to me. It was
Sure, I
delicious.
saw him this
It had the
I'd probably prefer the
ramen's good for your throat.
Yes, yes, it is.
Ethan, I'll hurry up. You probably ate all of it. Or like drop my money in line or something. I think about it, I could have gone. I just didn't feel like waiting in the line.
Yeah, it's so long now.
Yeah.
You think that they're gonna, you think JV's gonna get their pads on?
I think a few will. Did you see Sean?
Yeah, it is. He's kicking, right?
Yeah, I
He's
know.
up there.
Yeah, he won. He's 1 for 2 on the PATs, and then did you see the hit he had?
Yeah.
On the kickoff. Oh my god!
That was
Like literally, I got. Oh my god! Dude, Sean's not even wearing full pads. He's just.
yeah, it's a kicker pad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's such a good athlete. He's not just a kicker. That's the worst part.
Yeah, like I was
And the,
surprised he told me
the kicker, Phoenix Parker, had the scoop and score. They didn't even return a kickoff until like a second.
Yeah.
We literally had like 6 touchdowns done without even taking kickoffs. And we had a turnover. I mean, fumble. Like in a 12-minute quarter. How do you even put up that many points?
I scored like 3 touchdowns in like 3 minutes. Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas. No, this is mine. Ethan has yours.
Thanks, Pirate.
How we doing?
Pop, say something you broadcast tonight.
What do you mean?
Say like, and the touchdown for the Trojans. And you're 5. Do it in your radio voice. Do it.
I don't even remember. There's been so many touchdowns.
Do it.
You gotta be in the moment.
Just say, and
I'm
the
the
touchdown.
analyst. You know, Max is doing play-by-play, and then after the plays, I'm just like, you know,
Little input. Gary, how's the filming going? Is it boring?
Gear's doing a great
Fun.
job, man.
That's fun.
Wait, I thought you were up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
I'm just
Poor guy's so
nice,
cold.
nice and warm in here.
Yeah. That keep it in for so long. I've never gotten a finger prick in my life. Like I don't.
What?
Yeah.
I get one every year.
Yeah, I know. You always talk about it. I've never gotten a finger prick in my life.
And I'm grateful.
Hello and welcome back
The doctor I go to has
to
not
this
turned into a
NFHS program broadcasting Weston High School versus Brookfield High School in the opening football game of the 2019 SWC season. Some notable stats from the first half are James Getz is 6 for 10 passing, 128 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It'll be Trojan ball as we start half number 2.
Oh, thank you.
Huh? Oh, thank you. Getting set to go here in this second half.
Brookfield look to kick off from the 40. Nate Lucetta is back to return the kick at around the Weston 15. It's another squib, and it is recovered by Bradley Barcelo. Shoves off the tackle and is still going, but is wrestled down at around the Trojan 46.
Great push there from Barcelo, getting those extra yards. Nice return, and looks for now like the sophomore kicker for the Wildcats, Ryan Scribner, is just going to be squibbing these kicks. As you see on this Trojan sideline, Sean Esslinger warming up for some kicks. Looks like he'll stay in the game at kicker. Phoenix Parker's day might be done.
Interesting that Getz has come out the game. Alex Olson is now the quarterback. Hands it off to Barcelo. Barcelo has room. Barcelo shoves off the tackle and rushes for 3.
It'll be a gain of about 3. It'll bring up second down and 7.
The future is definitely bright for the Trojans. I'm excited to see what Alex Olson will bring to the table today for them. I mean, I'd expect to see him in the game for the rest of this game.
Nate Lucetta is checked in, sophomore wide receiver for Johnny Casal.
This kid Lucetta can really go up and get it.
Brennan Sawyer, Jack Sawyer motions, gets the handoff, has time, has space, and shoves 2 defenders to the ground and is in to Brookfield territory.
Couple of nice stiff arms there from Jack Sawyer, and right now it's really just too easy for him. Slightly surprised that he's still in the game, but I mean, that's just why he's so good. I mean, always, improving. Great run there. And the Trojans already showing that same offensive progress that they did back in the first half, excuse me.
Olsen looks to take the snap. Barcelo in the backfield. And
some movement along the line of scrimmage. Produces a flag on the field.
And it is a false start by the Trojans. That will set them back 5 yards, and it'll be first down.
That'll move the football south 5 yards with a false start against the Trojans. It'll be first down and 15. Football now sitting at the Bobcat 40-yard line.
Second and 7 here for the Trojans after the penalty. Or, excuse me, second and 15.
Olsen gets the snap, pitches it to Barcelo. Barcelo has space. Barcelo is still running. Barcelo jukes to the right, and he hurdles another defender. Oh!
What a play by Bradley Barcelo, using his blockers on the far side, and the hurdle over down near the 15-yard line. And it'll be a first down for the Trojans. Wow. Bradley Barcelo showing off his athleticism today. That's his second hurdle of the day. This has really been a big day for him already, and he's showing these coaches a lot, of what he's capable of.
I can't tell you how much I love this man. He's got every time he got the ball, he's just a playmaker, and he's just made plays. Olsen takes the snap, quarterback draw, and is wrestled down for
Let's call it a gain of a couple.
Small gain, and there appears to be a Brookfield defender down on the field. Not a lot of injuries in this game yet, thankfully.
Yeah. Always good to see that, but it looks like he's in some pain out there, lying down near the Trojan 8-yard line.
Always hate to see that.
Definitely. As the Trojan players take a knee.
Just again about Bradley Barcelo, 4 runs he's had has broke loose, and he returned a kick as well, and got a nice game from that. And he's just a playmaker.
One of the key words that you could really use to identify this Trojan talent, especially the young talent, the sophomores, the juniors, even some of the freshmen, is versatility. They can do so many things, and obviously, the seniors with the Sawyer brothers, they could literally play every single position on the field. James Getz, you said it earlier. Coach Hassett said James Getz, he believes James Getz's best position is at safety. And, look at this kid. He's tearing it up at quarterback, throwing, running. This team is very, very talented. As good to see the Brookfield defender get up, and he's able to jog off the field under his own power. And we're ready to get back to football.
Couldn't agree more, Will, about what you said about the town's versatility. Jack Sawyer checks back into the game. As well, sophomore Dominique Tarantino.
By Olsen, it'll be second and goal from the 9-yard line.
A new kid looking to get some reps on varsity. Empty set. Barcelo's lined up as a receiver. Luchetta motions to the left, and there's a flag on the play.
False start on the offense.
I'm moving back 5.
Looked like Luchetta might have moved a little bit early in that motion, didn't ever come set. So a illegal shift position, penalty, for the Trojans.
Once again, following official timeout, it'll be second down and 9.
Look to be a second and 9.
And goal.
Trojans lined up in the pistol. Barcelo behind the powers through the defense and is stopped at the Brookfield 6-yard line.
You know, even though Barcelo didn't get a huge gain there, just seeing him take that handoff, he is just flying right up the middle. Bradley Barcelo, I mean, what an athlete he is. Really looking forward to his future here at Weston High School. With a 3rd down and goal coming up for the Trojans, awaiting the play call.
Really hope to see Lucetta get his first touchdown here. Sophomore. He's a great frame for a wide receiver.
Yeah, those are the moments you really love to see. As we
Jack
saw.
Sawyer motions to the right. Olsen gets the snap and it's fumbled. The snap is fumbled. Jack Sawyer recovers it. And he still is able to gain some yards from the muff snap.
Well, fourth and goal coming up for the Trojans, but I mean that's just the perfect explanation of Jack Sawyer. The fumble, a busted play, and still manages to get some positive yardage. And appears for now that this offense is going to stay on the field. And so, yeah, looks like this offense will stay on.
Lucetta and Lawrence are lined up to the left. Tarantino and Sawyer to the right. Olsen takes a snap. Barcelo's in the backfield. Jack Sawyer motions to the right. Fakes the handoff. And Barcelo, is hit hard.
A big hit there on Bradley Barcelo, but really nice to see him pop right back up. So no injury there, but it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Trojans.
That was a great hit by Joe Betternick. And
yeah, really nice play by Betternick. Having a rough day, but positive moment there with 4:50 and running here to go in this 3rd quarter.
Barcelo's a tough kid, so I completely expect him to get back up on his feet.
And Barcelo right back in the game on defense.
Brookfield will set up at their own 4-yard line. Takes the snap in the end zone. Is handed off to Robinson. Robinson has space. Robinson down the sideline.
Robinson with the carry, pushed out of bounds.
And is pushed
Number 5, Olsen.
out of bounds around the Trojan 30.
Up to the 30, let's call it 29-yard line.
Yep. A
Really-
nice 25-yard run by Tyler Robinson.
Tyler Robinson, the sophomore. This kid's going to be a really good player for Brookfield for years to come. I mean, he's got a ton of speed, a ton of strength, just coming off the edge on the outside there. And really just nice play from him. A lot of the starting defense still in the game.
Felix takes a snap. Scrambles. Finds a Brookfield receiver, but it is dropped by Andrew Meneses.
You thought that Felix was going to try to run there as he started going up the middle. And that looks like freshman, number 71, Peter Boris, entering the game for Francis O'Kine.
It'll be 2nd down and 10.
O'Kine gets a rest.
29-yard.
He has really applied the pressure today.
Definitely. He's playing a great game. And big special moment for Peter Boris. Varsity action in the first game of his freshman year. So congratulations to him.
Looks to set up for a 2nd and 10. Andrew Meneses is in the backfield as long as quarterback. Zahir Felix. Felix gets a snap, hands it to... Oh, and he's wrestled down.
What a tackle by Phoenix Parker there.
Parker with the tackle.
Sean McGee was in the backfield, not Andrew Meneses. But he was wrestled down by that ferocious Trojan defense.
Phoenix Parker grabbing him by the jersey, and bringing him down right near that sideline. Now 3rd down and long coming up for the Wildcats. They haven't really gone anywhere on this possession so far. All they've done is actually lose a yard.
Brookfield are setting up with 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Felix takes a snap, has time, is pressured, and He escapes the pocket, but is still wrestled down for
Brought down. Their Trojan Jackals.
a gain of a couple yards, but that will be no way enough to move the chains for Brookfield, and they will look to punt from their own 28-yard line.
Make it 58, rather, Robert Barcelo.
Lucetta looks to receive the punt,
4th and 11.
lined up in Trojan territory.
From their 28-yard
Haven't seen many great punts today from Brookfield. That's why Lucetta is so close to where the ball is being punted from. And we'll see if he'll get his first chance to return. Now Coach Hassett motioning for him to move back to around the Trojan 40. And it's a bad snap.
It's a bad snap. And the punter can still punt it away. And he does a good job of getting the ball to the Brookfield 39. Really, the punter there really avoided a disaster on Brookfield.
And Nate Lucetta appears to be in some pain. He was down on the ground for a second. And he was hit pretty hard on a block there. And honestly, a pretty nice recovery from the Brookfield punter on a snap that went way over his head, went all the way back into the end zone. He had to pick it up and ended up doing a little squib kick, but had a positive bounce around the up out to the Brookfield 39. Still great field position for the Trojans. Peter Boris, the freshman, stays in the game on the offensive line. Interesting selection of players in there right now, as Brendan Paul, the freshman, was also in there for a second.
Barcelo is still the running back in the game, as long as Alex Olson is the quarterback.
As we move towards the end of the third quarter.
This third quarter really went by quickly, and
might not get a playoff with the clock running down to 2-1, and they will not.
Third quarter will conclude, and the fourth quarter will begin shortly.
So, can you believe it? No points were scored in this quarter. And as we head to the fourth, it's Weston Trojans 55 and the Brookfield Wildcats 7. Bobcats, excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me read this.
We'd like to give a shout out to our cameraman, Mr. Giri Sharma. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication. Doing a phenomenal job.
If you live or work in Weston, please consider serving your community by joining our all-volunteer ambulance squad.
Before the game, I talked to offensive coordinator Daniel Passarelli, and I asked him about what were the biggest losses of last year's senior class, and he told me that the offensive line really took a big hit, losing Finn Stubbe, Alec McGlon, and Zach Strouch. But this offensive line today has been really great and really impressive, finding great holes for Getz, Bauer, and Barcelo.
Oh, yeah, Max, you're so right. You know, it has youth, but it also has talent. I mean, these guys can really play. They're doing a great job. Really have liked what I've seen today from that Trojan offensive line.
From the Bobcat 39-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Trojans.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 from the Brookfield 39. Barcelo gets the run, and
Barcelo with the carry, gain of a couple, moves inside
gains,
to the 40-yard line.
wrestles off some tackles, and gains approximately 2 yards.
Take a look at where the official spots the ball. Right at the 38, gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Got one on that play there. Nice job by that Brookfield defensive line. But Barcelo has just looked so good today.
Weston going with the pistol formation. Olsen takes the snap, pitches it to Barcelo. Barcelo has some time.
He's got blockers.
Oh.
Dragged down.
Looked like a horse collar, and I think it may be. Ref throws a flag.
See that late flag as our Barcelo nods his head. He was dragged down by the back of his neck. And
Personal foul. Horse collar.
there's the call.
Yep, and that will move the chains for the Trojans.
The chains southbound. Personal foul. Horse collar. It is going to be a 1st down of Trojans as the chains move. Southbound 15. That'll bring the ball all the way inside the 25-yard line.
Trojans will move the chains to the Brookfield 23-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. And sophomore Mateo Bilbao has checked in the game, number 23, receiver.
Bilbao's a great athlete. Big moment for him.
Olsen takes a snap, gives the ball to Barcelo. Barcelo breaks, tukes out a tackle. Looked like to be a late hit from the Brookfield defense, but Barcelo stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Who's Grant Kins?
What?
Is Grant Kins creating your grade?
Not that I know of. Where is he? Does it say he's a freshman? It says he's a junior. I don't know who that is, though.
Trojan ball carrier named Nathaniel Legetta. Gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Receivers Grant Kins is leaving the game. Junior.
Football spotted.
Big 3rd down here for the Trojans. Well, not really. 55-7 lead, a lot of backups in the game, and Sean Esslinger has checked into the game at running back. Congratulations to Sean. We'll see what he's able to do here. First career touch.
It's pitched out to Esslinger. Esslinger breaks tackle, but he is wrestled down
Gain of 1 as he makes it to the 20-yard line.
to the Brookfield 20-yard line. This will bring out 4th down for the Weston Trojans.
Call it 4th down and 8. The football makes
Offense looks to stay on the field. Appears they're going to go for it.
1-yard line. That's where
On what is a 4th down and 8. James Getz with some ice on his knee on the sideline, but walking. Maybe just a bit of a lingering issue there as he walks along the sideline with Jack Sawyer. They're both done for the day.
All the starters seem to have left game. And on 4th down, it is rush to Esslinger and
Essling again with the carry.
gets a nice gain, but it will be not enough for a Weston 1st down. And it is a turnover on downs, and Brookfield will get the ball at their own, appears to be 16-yard line.
I actually like that play call there from Coach Passarelli. You know, you don't need anything more than that. Just getting Esslinger the touches and the varsity experience is going to be really good for his future. So, you know, a pretty positive gain right there. You know, obviously on 4th and 8, unable to get it, but a lot of positives coming out of this one for the Trojans.
Absolutely. Well, I couldn't agree
7
more.
minutes to go.
Brookfield quarterback takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and that is just an overthrown throw intended to Nathan Bott.
Well, the corner, Nate Lucetta there, had a not necessarily made a mistake, but went deeper in coverage, and they had that screen pass wide open. Felix just simply overthrew him with 2nd down coming up for the Bobcats. A lot of questions coming out of this one for Brookfield. After losing their star running back, this has just been something of a disaster.
Felix gets it off to McGee. McGee makes a couple of nice moves.
Really nice shifty play by Sean McGee right there. He's had a few touches, not having a great game though, but makes the catch, and
he will move the chains.
Yep, looks like the chains will move.
1st down.
Those have been pretty hard to come by today for Brookfield. They have not gotten a lot of 1st downs.
As the Bobcats snap the ball from the 17-yard line.
Brookfield goes no huddle. Felix receives the snap, fakes the run, has time, runs out and is stopped
Felix with the carry.
at the Brookfield 34.
Let's call it a gain of 8 as he moves the ball out.
Gain of 8 on the play there for Felix. Out to the 34-yard line.
Looks to set up a 2nd and 2.
Official spotting at the 34.
Gain of 7, excuse me.
2nd and 3. Sorry.
As that clock continues to run down at 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Trojans rolling all over Brookfield Bobcats.
Brookfield have 3 out to the left, 1 to the right. Felix takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and it overthrows McGee again.
And this has been a really rough day for Zaire McLean Felix. He is just so mad at himself, as you can just see him, angry with himself, yelling on the field right now. He's just overthrown so many receivers, and, it happens to the best of us. It'll be interesting to see how Brookfield bounces back after this one, because not much about this has gone well for them.
Yeah, Felix appears to be a great athlete.
Definitely some promise for him.
There's 4 minutes left in this football game. Trojans up 55-7.
After all, Felix, just a sophomore.
Felix takes a snap, has time, launches it downfield, and has a receiver open, and it is caught. What a catch.
With the pass all the way down to Trojan 35.
What a grab there by Harrison Ashley for the Bobcats.
Great catch.
Ironically, just talking about Felix struggles. As an amazing throw.
That
Best
was
we've seen all game.
heck of a throw down the sideline, Max. I completely agree with you. And, the Brookfield receiver there, Harrison Ashley, showing some positive emotion. You like to see that, when not many things have gone right today. And a really, really nice, well-thrown ball and a nice catch as you see them with the hurry-up offense. 3.5 to play.
Brookfield will set up at the Weston 33. Fakes the handoff. Felix goes right and scrambles for a gain of a few. We'll set up a 2nd and medium.
Felix made something, somewhat positive out of that play, but it looked like there might have been a miscommunication between him and the running back, Sean McGee. It looked like McGee thought that he was going to hand off the ball, and Felix kind of had his sights set on a fake. Now as the clock runs down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Brookfield looked to go in that formation they've used so many times this game. 2 in the backfield, 2 out right. McGee hands it off to Meneses. Meneses gets a nice gain for the first down. He will move the chains into the red zone of the Weston Trojans territory.
Brookfield only with 1 touchdown today. Would be nice to see them, go out there and get another, for pride, if not nothing else. As Sean Esslinger exits the game for the Trojans, gets a high five and a pat on the back from Coach Hassett. Might be it for him, but pretty nice performance here in his first career game. How about Bradley Barcella, though? So many standouts. Seems like so long ago that in that first quarter, the Trojans were doing it all right.
That hurdle, just the agility, the speed, showed it all. Felix underthrows McGee on 1st and 10. Set up a 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
And you can just see the negative emotion being showed by Brookfield. McGee just threw his hands up in the air there. And once again, you don't want to blame your teammates for things like this. I mean, it's just hasn't really been a good day for anyone on that side. And, not a good throw by Felix there, underthrowing him considerably. But this is when you got to support your teammates more than any other time. Minute and 10 to play.
Felix has time. Heaves it to the end zone. Has McGee, and McGee drops it.
That one was right in the grasp of McGee. It was actually pretty good coverage there by Ari Escandone, the sophomore. But ball went right through the grasp of Sean McGee.
Ari's a player that will be great in the future. Great athleticism, great speed, great strength.
And we're now inside 1 minute with 35 5 seconds to go and running.
Brookfield have to really speed it up here if they want to make the score 55-14. 2 in the backfield, 2 out right. Felix takes a snap, and it is underthrown to Meneses.
That's another not very good throw from McGee with the running clock with the blowout.
And the clock seems to going to run out, and the Trojans have their first win of the year, 55-7.
A statement of the win from the Weston Trojans. Look like Brookfield will try to get a playoff as 2-1, and they will not do it. That's the game, folks. Your final score, the Weston Trojans 55 and the Brookfield Bobcats 7. What a statement win for the Weston Trojans in the season opener. This should be one of the best yet for them.
Absolutely will. Just some standout players from today. James Getz, first half, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Just was great all around. As well as Brendan and Jack Sawyers just showed their incredible athleticism offensively and defensively with their plethora of touchdowns. And last but not least, the dark horse player of the game, Bradley Barcelo, the sophomore, showed how much of a playmaker he really is with the limited amount of touches he got. He got more in the second half, but in the first half, that great run he had to the Brookfield one hurdled someone, but also had a touchdown. And I'm just excited to watch this Trojan offense operate this year. I can't wait.
This team is something.
And ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for today. Thank you for tuning in with us on NFHS Work. Final score, I'm Max Weiss.
I'm Will Posick.
And that is the end of the game. Trojans 55, Wildcats 7.
So I am Rachel, and number 2.